Hello, my name is Chelsea, she, they. Welcome to Tomodachi Life. Today I'm going to do a tutorial about tips and tricks for the Mii Maker. We're just going to choose a default Mii and go over some things that I've learned to hopefully help you guys, give you guys some ideas, help you design your Miis a little bit better in this game. The first thing that I'm going to say is these colors for skin tone may end up looking slightly different once your Mii is actually in the world. For example, I have a tortie cat that I made in here, and I used the black skin tone. And then the parts of it that look like they're gonna blend in, like the black around the eyes, should just blend into the face. But when you get out into the world, the skin tone looks a little bit more like this, and then everything shows. So that's something to keep in mind. The other colors do this as well, but it's definitely most noticeable if you have like black or white. For example, I think if the eyes, like the whites of the eyes there, look like they're going to just blend right in. But when you get out into the actual, island, it might end up looking a little bit more like this. And so that's something you want to keep in mind. You may have to supplement that with face paint if that's the goal that you are going for. Let's just go back to a regular skin tone. This can also be a regular skin tone, guys. Internalized racism is real. Anyway, let's go ahead with bangs. So the hairstyles, the default ones, I do wish the bangs and back thing was a little bit more robust. It's not really the greatest, but I'm going to explain something using face paint here. So let's go and just paint the entire face, and I guess we'll go green. We'll go light green, might be easier to look at. So, two things to know with the face paint. Really quick, you can paint on top. It does not paint on top of the nose and the hair, the bangs specifically. The reason being is because those things have 3D shape to them. You can paint behind, and that'll go behind your eyes, your any other features that you can add on, and we'll keep it like that just for now to show. But keep in mind that the bangs and the nose are going to be sticking out if they have like 3D volume. I'm actually going to go back to paint on top here, and we're just going to check the different noses, because I'm fairly certain that every single one of these is going to sit on top, including these ones, because they are technically raised up in like 3D space. So just something to keep in mind with your noses. We'll go back to the default nose here. Same with the bangs. So there are going to be some bangs that do not show up in front of the like there you get a little bit in front of the face paint. So if you're not sure, usually what I do, like once I pick my hair, for example, if you're trying to draw cat ears or horns or something on somebody, you want to keep in mind what part of it, the face paint, is going to be covered by the bangs themselves. So some of these work great and go behind any face paint layer, and some of them stick through in like awful ways. So just something to keep in mind. Once you fix your hair, if you find that like when you face paint part of it is hidden, that's why a lot of the bangs have a different shape. I'm just going through all of them here so that you can get an idea of which ones have which shapes. We'll also look at the ones that are specifically like the bangs and back, like not the sets. But I just wanted to click through each of these. Man, there's a lot of hairs, huh? I'm definitely fast forwarding through that because there's a lot more hairs than I remember there being. Do also keep in mind that you can flip the bangs if they are not mirrored, if they're like asymmetrical, you can hit this to flip them. The other thing that I will say is I'm pretty sure glasses will go over, yes. Even if you have your face paint set to paint on top, glasses will show up on top of that. And you can use that in some cool ways. For example, I really like this monocle, except that you can't move it. But if you wanted to have like, you know, somebody that was face paint and then they had like a single red eye or something. Oh, I should make GLaDOS. That would be cool. Anyway, so glasses show up on top. Everything else, mustaches are going to be behind. Beards are going to be... Actually, some of the beards might have... Yeah, some of the beards have 3D space that they take up as well that will show up on top of face paint. So just something to keep in mind. The mole won't, these will not, and these will not. So everything that's like on the face itself. But specifically the beard and the hair can show up. The beard, hair, glasses, and nose will show up in front of the face paint. So just something to keep in mind. Let's actually turn the hair off. Turn the glasses off. Whoops, and turn the nose off. Okay, next thing that I want to talk about is face paint itself. There's a lot of cool things that you can do with this. And I kind of want to give just like a pro mode tutorial of all the tools. So what we're actually going to do is use the paint bucket, the buckib, and we're going to just paint like a pattern. And then go to here, and we'll put like a white square, put a white square in the middle so that you can kind of get an idea of the different tools and what they do. So the first one is the move tool. You can hold A and drag this pattern and it will shift around the borders, fucking Pac-Man style. So if something is in the wrong place and you need to move it a little bit over, there's also this tool where you can make a selection and it will go, oh, that's a creepy looking me back there. This tool does not make it go over the borders. So this is, you grab a part, if you click on a paint that is like all connected, it doesn't matter if it's different colors or not, you can pick up the whole thing. All you have to do is tap A on it. So for example, if I move this down here and I make a stamp, right? I take a stamp and I make a star. I can use this tool, click on just the star and move it around. While you are moving these things, there are different tools that you can use. Down on the bottom left. So we have L and R will rotate the star. You can hold them down. We have the right stick. You can make the star bigger or smaller. You can use ZL to flip it horizontally, flip it turnways. You can use ZR, I'll show this up here, to put it behind the existing paint. So it's kind of like layers. ZR will toggle it to either be in front of or behind. The minus button will just delete the whole thing, which is not what we want, but just to demonstrate. And then the plus button, you can paste it and then still have this sticker ready to go, and you can do whatever else you want to it. Make it bigger, paste it again, make it smaller, paste it again. So the plus is paste without, if you press A, it ends your thing. So if you want to paste a bunch of things, that's how you do it, is with the plus button. We then have the text tool, which has a couple different fonts that you can use, italic and outline. And I'll demonstrate, you get italic, So italic is, it's just slanted. An outline is it'll give it a specific color outline. Now, that outline color, I don't believe is customizable on its own. Like if I do black text, it does a white outline. So I think what it's gonna do is just like a contrasting outline. If I do red text, yeah, the outline is white. What if I do like a light color, like a really light red, like a pink, right? I say that it still gives it a white outline. So what you can do there, if you want a different color outline, that's where the like paint can tool would come in. You can paint the outline instead and make it a different color, whatever you want there. The stamp tool. The stamp tool, you can use pre-made little things and put them on your thing. For the stamps, you also have these tabs at the top that will allow you to use the Miis that you've made as stamps. It will allow you to use any food or items you've collected, anything that you've custom made in Palette House, and then also like a recent stamps that you've used section. And you can use these to get a lot of good like shaping. For example, when I made my fan troll, I actually used this to make the shape that I wanted for the horn, and then I just erased and shaved it down. So get creative, use the paint can tool. There's this option on paint can that looks like a checkerboard, but it's actually not. It's transparency. So you can paint, erase, basically. So if I didn't want the outside part of this, I could erase it. Same with like, it'll pick everything of that color that's connected and erase it. Sometimes keep in mind too, there's these little separated islands of color that you have to go in and specifically erase. But yeah, this eraser paint can, these other ones I guess are fine. But this one especially is, ooh, I'll mention this too. You can actually use these other paint cans and paint, anything that's that color gets that texture of whatever color you have selected at the time. So those are kind of the use case for like the textured paints, for example. So you also have the shape tool, and the shape tool, you can change the size of the outline. So it'll draw, a circle with a bigger outline, or you can do a thinner one. And once you've drawn the circle and you have it selected, you can actually change any of this. So you can fill it in, you can change its shape. I don't know how useful that one is, but it's there. So it's like when you draw a shape and you go to place it, you let go of A, and now it's selected. And now you can reopen, you hit A on the shapes again. You hit X to go up and then A on the shapes, and you can change anything about it from in here if you don't like the size of the outline or whatever. This is good for getting like a base of like a Mii's face, for example. If you wanted to like cover the whole thing, you could do this and then like erase it down, or just kind of, it would help if I just erase everything, actually. Hold on. No. Erase all. There we go. Man, this guy's fucked. So when you're trying to cover up a Mii's face with like face paint, or like, if you're drawing like a mask on them or something, it's good to, first of all, I zoom in to make sure that everything's like centered. It would be nice if you could say like lock things to the center automatically. Why did that copy that circle? Anyway, You can get it centered with like a piece of the face. You can, you know, paste it wherever you need it to go. What you can also do is if you make like an oval, and then once you've picked it up, like until you put it down, this is like a good oval to work with. So you can use it to create, and this has all the same tools as the stamps. So I could put it like here, stamp it, flip it horizontal, and then stamp it on the other side also if I'm looking to make like a mask, for example. Getting it lined up in the right place is definitely a challenge. You can use the layer tool to kind of show like where the new stuff that you're covering up is, and that can kind of help you get it lined up. I don't think that's perfect, but it's, you know, a good close starting point. Next tool is the pen, and this one has a lot of different options. The first thing actually that I'm gonna go over, so obviously you have your regular, I'm gonna switch the color, hold on. Give me black, please, thank you. So you have your regular pen tool. You can adjust its size, you can adjust its shape. This tool has a little bit of like edge anti-aliasing. So a good way to use that one is, I mean, if you want something to be, you know, kind of graffiti-like, you can do that. If you want to have like a faded edge on something, you could go, you know, along the edge, but obviously then you're left with this part outside. So what you'll notice is that the blur only shows up on paints that are already there. Out here, it kind of fades, but then it's not nearly as far on the outside. You can see it comes all the way out to here, but then when it's not on paint, it comes in a lot closer. So that's something to keep in mind too. What you can do, and this is my favorite part of the pen tool, is you can say lock transparency. And what that will do is two things. If I try to paint out here where there's no paint, it won't paint at all. So I can go along the edge and give it like a drop shadow, basically, without, or like a shine almost. Yeah, you know what? A shine would probably be, you know, like a lit edge or whatever you want to do with this. But that's an option, and it also makes it so that you can kind of paint the shape that you want to paint in, and then not have the option to go outside the lines like at all. So that can be really nice. If you're like, I just need to paint within a circle or you know, whatever, is that lock transparency option. There's also outline, and what outline does is okay, that's a bad example. I'm gonna go brown. It will go around the edge of a selected object. So almost an even better way to do like a blur on the outside is use this outline tool. It will outline the shape that you've made in the size of brush that you've chosen. So if I go here, I pick green, it's a smaller brush, so it's gonna be smaller, closer in, and it's gonna just jump to the nearest outline of the shape. So that's what those do. Line options, you've got straight and smooth. You cannot pick both, it is one or the other. Straight will do a straight line that you can bend to whatever you need it to be. This also works with lock transparency, is it will not go outside the paint that you have already established. And it works with outline as well, although I don't know why you would want to do that. It's just maybe a faster way to do outline, honestly. We're going to turn off outline because I don't see a ton of use cases for that. So yeah, you have straight line, which is snaps in place until you let go. And then you have smooth line, which this is a lot like a Procreate brush, where it will, let me change colors again. It will snap the line to be a nice like curve. So you can get like as wiggly as you want to get, and it'll kind of clean it up a little bit for you and make it more smooth. There's also this, which is very big, like just pixels. So this would be, if you are specifically like trying to do pixel art, this is it. Because it basically just makes the grid bigger. I should probably turn off smooth line while I'm doing that. But you can make pixel art of, you know, whatever you want. We could do like this guy in here. So pixel art brush, not the most useful, but it definitely has its cases. You also have, I'm gonna turn off lock transparency. There's layered, bright, and dark, and again, these are one or the other. What bright will do is it will basically, how do I explain this? It makes the paint that it's on brighter, not even color-based, it just brightens what you've already drawn. So this is good for like if you're wanting to put a shine on something, or it's going to brighten it. It's gonna brighten it. Same with dark, it's gonna darken it. Again, it does not care about the color that you have selected. It is just going to go towards white or black. Yeah, it's not going towards green or anything. It is going pure black. That's very gray, but you know, it'll keep going. So it doesn't matter what color you have selected for that. And then there's layered. Let's go like bright blue. What layered does is this one does care about the color that you've chosen. And it's basically a tint everything that color underneath it. So layered is for that. If you don't want solid color, but you want it to be like transparency, it seems like it's maybe like half transparency. Hard to say. Eraser, there's not much going on here. You do have the outline option, so you can erase just the outside edge of something if you're like it's a little bit too big. Ooh, look at what it did there. Yeah, look at that green outline that it's making. And it's like, here's where the outline is that I'm gonna erase. And you're like, okay, I'll do it. So outline, and then you've got straight and smooth. Same as the brush, and then the erase all option, and you can change the size, and you can also do the pixel brush. There's not like a feathered edge on the eraser, which is unfortunate. You also have the eyedropper, where you can pick a certain color. This is kind of like if you're making like a paint palette kind of thing, or if you just need to select a color that you've already used. Quick tip is that you can press ZL or ZR in order to just really quickly eyedropper whatever color is under your cursor at the time. So that helps. And then we have the effects. The effects, you've got, this one is like hue. You can change the color value of like the entire thing. I'm actually wondering if this works if I do just a stamp. I have it selected. I can then do, no, you can't do the hue of a specific thing. Let's say you want one thing inverted, right? So you invert everything. So there might be, I think it is, yeah, it's just colorize. Hitting colorize will just invert the colors, and then you can adjust it from there if you like. This is actually looking kind of badass. Sorry. Anyway, so you can colorize, And then you go in, you take your stamp or you draw whatever you want to draw normal. Great. And then we go back to here and we just invert again. And now everything's back to normal except for that one thing that we just put. So that's something. Something to keep in mind. This does not invert the black and white. This is just hue of your image. Vividness, you know what, I'm gonna change that back. Vividness, this one is your saturation. So you can make it black and white, you can make it extra fucking saturated. Brightness, this is your brightness. You can make it dark, you can make it light. Easy enough. Contrast is going to move everything towards either black or white, depending on how close it is to that. So it's like how different the colors are from each other is your contrast. Blur. This one could be fun, because you could like draw a face behind it and then blur it. It's pretty much just smooths everything out. That's kind of all there is to it. Not the most use cases for that one, I don't think. The mosaic, this one's super fun. I used this to make a lobster that was censored. It's just gonna push it towards whatever pixels, like fucking dubious food in Zelda. This is kind of looking cool. I don't know why I'm kind of liking this. Anyway, we also have outline, which is gonna do a very similar thing. It's just gonna take the shape and outline it, and then as colors get more different from each other, it'll add outlines between them as you increase the slider. So there's that. Let's actually do that without yeah, so it'll outline the individual, like it'll kind of make it like comic-ish style. So that's something cool you can do. And you can do multiple of these effects, by the way. So if you did outline, and then you could outline again, hit OK, and then you can, I tried to go up and press it, then you can invert everything, or you can make it black and white, which is the next one. This is what it says on the tin. It makes it black and white. You can adjust the levels of that with the slider of like which colors you want to go towards white and towards black. There's also sepia, which does not even have a slider. This one is just sepia, however it's pronounced. There's dreamy. What this does is lightens and also does a different hue. It's not nearly as intense as the actual hue thing, so it's more like for fine adjustments of the hue, but it also lightens it, and I don't know how much I really care about that. Comic. This one, you know what, we're gonna undo a couple times. It kind of posterizes it. Like before this, the colors are more, how do I explain that? It takes everything and kind of flattens it almost. If you're familiar with posterizing, that's what this is doing in a weird way that I don't necessarily love. And then finally we have Game Boy style, which is basically the same as sepia, but it's gonna turn it into that green. It's gonna use color palettes from the OG Game Boy. If we do that again, I don't think anything will change. No, it just kind of flattens it more into those colors, so never mind, it does change. And then, finally, we go into settings. You can adjust what ZL and ZR do. I have mine, and by default it's set to the eyedropper. So that's how I have mine set. This guy, you've got eraser, you've got move, but this guy is a little zoom tool. And what it's kind of for is when you're zoomed in working really close, you can see what you're working on. So that it kind of zooms out a little bit to give you a little bit of a wider picture, which could be useful. I prefer it on the eyedropper personally. You can also set it on this, which is basically just, it'll change to that first tool, and then you still have to hold A. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you have to hold both the trigger and A in order to do that one. So I just have it on eyedropper. You can have the grid on. This is if you're used to like designing in Animal Crossing. Oh, I just figured this out. The grid is so that you can center things. It all makes sense now. Holy moly. I'm gonna be using that now. And then draw along grid lines is like, it's a weird one. I don't really understand this. If you want to use it, by all means, but it's like, it's basically similar to that pixel art thing where it will like snap to the grid, but with your adjusted brush or whatever. So like up here, it's like Snake. It's playing it like Snake. It's centering the brush on the plus of the grid. So use that how you will. I haven't found a use case for it. You can also change the color of the background and go light mode or dark mode. And then you can switch back to easy mode here, which I don't think is the best. I prefer pro mode myself, but to each their own. And then you also have your colors over here. There is the like color range, which this is great, except for the fact that it doesn't really have a good way to like, I just really wish there was like a RGB value or a hex code or something that you could do. But that's fine. The only other thing that I will mention is that you can click in the left stick to just completely turn off the UI, which could be nice for if you just need a clearer view of your thing. It doesn't show you the preview window though. It just shows what your canvas, if you will. So that could be nice if you're needing less distractions. The color palette over here, you can use to select your hair or skin color. So if you need to match a hair color, like what I would do, because sometimes you have like, this guy's looking crazy. Sometimes you have a hair that has the highlights in it, right? Like you have a sub color and it's like green or whatever. And in the face paint color picker, it only will select the brown. It doesn't give you the option for the green. So what you can do is pick the green, go back into face paint, and then we color picker it. I should mention too that your palette over here does not stay if you leave face paint and come back. So just keep that in mind. If you are doing a thing with a lot of colors that you're gonna need to go back and forth, you can do a traditional digital art thing of like make a color palette off to the side so that you can color picker from that, is what I would recommend. But you can, sorry, back to the topic, you can pick the hair color. You can, I'll make it bigger. So you can draw whatever you need color-wise for your hair, or, like I said, you can make a little color palette thing. Say done, go back, change your hair to however you need it. We'll go, back to brown. And then you can come back to face paint, and you'll still have this color to match the highlights of your hair ready to go. So definitely a good way to do that. And then the only other thing that I want to talk about is the voices and how that system works, because it's a little bit confusing at first. Okay, so for voices, you have some presets. You can, if you're not sure, you can hit randomize.
My name is Test.
My name is Test. It's nice to meet you.
But what these presets will do is set these sliders under custom to certain amounts. So we're gonna talk about
It's nice to meet you.
the speed, pitch, and depth. Think of as their own sliders, and the delivery and tone are kind of tied together.
It's nice to meet you.
So let's just set these default right in the middle.
It's nice to meet you.
We'll talk about
My name is Tess.
speed,
It's
pitch, and
nice to
depth
meet you.
first.
Today is April 23rd.
But we'll make the delivery a little bit
My
more
name is
pleasant
Tess.
to listen to.
My name
So
is
speed
My name is Tess.
is just
It's
how
nice to meet
fast
you.
they talk.
Today is
Simple
April 23rd.
enough.
My name is Tess.
This does
My-
change
my
a
name
little
is
bit
Tess.
when you select your
It's nice to
tone.
meet you. Today is April
Pitch
23rd, 2020. My name is Tess.
Is just how high
Nice to meet you. My
or
name is
low
Tess.
the voice is.
It's nice to meet you. My name is Tess.
Depth is
It's nice to meet you.
more squeaky and more like deep in the back of your throat kind of voice.
My name is Tess. It's
Now,
nice to meet you.
for
Today is
I guess
April
speed would kind of be
23rd,
part of delivery and
2026.
tone, to be honest.
So, how does this voice? My name is Tess.
If we set the delivery completely
My
flat,
name is Tess. It's nice to meet you. Today
tone
is
1
April 23rd, 2026.
is
So,
kind of
how
their
does this
speaking
voice
cadence.
sound?
So it's
My
we'll call
name
this
is Tess.
normal. Tone
It's
2.
nice to meet. My name is Tess. It's nice to meet you.
This one is
Today is
Crystal
April
from the
23rd, 2026.
like trailers,
So,
where they
how does this
inflect
voice sound?
between like two different
My name is Tess.
notes, basically.
It's nice to meet you.
And I think that's an
Today is
octave
April
different.
23rd, 2026. So, how does this voice sound?
When they're doing the higher
My name
pitched
is
one
Tess.
too, they draw out
It's
their
nice to
syllables
meet
more.
You.
Um,
Today is
for
my name
voice
is
number
Tess.
3,
It's nice to meet you.
this one also goes
Today
between
is
2 notes.
April 23rd, 2026. So, how does
And I think
this
it's a third.
voice sound?
Yeah, it's between a third
My
interval.
name is Tess.
And it's a little
It's nice
bit
to meet you.
iambic pentameter.
Today is April 23rd, 2026.
Today is April 23rd.
So,
Like
how does
it's
this boy? My name is Tess.
so the delivery.
It's nice to meet you. My name is Tess. It's
They're
nice to
still
meet you. My
underlying
name
going
is
dun
Tess.
dun dun dun.
It's nice
but
to
they're
meet you.
it's changing how much it wavers basically.
My name
Um,
is Tess. My name is Tess.
Voice number 4
It's nice to meet you.
is jumpy.
Today
It
is
goes
April
all over the
23rd,
place.
2026. So,
It's
how does
kind
this
of
voice sound?
auto-tune, or it's a
My
little
name
bit
is
GLaDOS.
It's nice to meet you. My name is Tess.
Yeah, like if you want
It's
GLaDOS,
nice
this is
to
it.
meet you. Today is
I should
April
really make
23rd,
GLaDOS. Anyway.
2026. My name is Tess.
This one is
It's
slow.
Nice to meet you.
This one is like
Today is April 23rd,
slurred
2026.
speech. Like they really draw out their
So,
S's,
how
I've
does
noticed.
this voice sound? My name is Tess. It's nice to meet you.
But it is
Today
really
is
slow.
April
So
23rd,
even with the speed all the way
2026.
up on this one,
My name is Tess. It's nice to meet you. Today
They
is April
really drag
23rd,
out their syllables.
2026. My name is Tess.
and then number 6,
My name is Tess. It's nice to meet you. Today is April 23rd, 2026. So, how does this voice sound?
this one is kind of
My name
lilting,
is Tess.
like
nice to meet
like
you.
it kind
Today
of
is April 23rd,
it's like a half step
2026.
apart.
So, how does this voice sound?
Now, with each
My name is
voice,
Tess. It's
the
nice to meet-
delivery
my name is
slider,
Tess.
what you can kind of
It's nice
think
to
of
meet
it
you.
as is
Today is April
on the
23rd,
left it'll start lower
2026.
and end higher.
So, my name is Tess. It's nice to meet
They
you.
come up at the end of their
Today
sentence.
is April 23rd,
Or
2026. My name is Test.
the opposite.
It's
My
nice to
name
meet
is
you.
Test. Like it
Today
drops
is April
down.
23rd, 2026.
And this is the case
my name
for
is Test.
the other voices
My name
also,
is Test.
but then they add on
It's nice to meet
the
you.
other
Today
inflections
is April
onto it.
23rd, my name is Test. It's nice to meet you. Today is April 23rd. My name is Test. It's nice to meet you. Today is
So there's your extremes.
My name is Test. My name is Test. It's nice to meet you. Today
But it's different.
My name is Test. It's nice to meet you.
Because
Today,
it's modulating it in a different way.
It's nice to
The
meet
delivery
you.
slider is not the same
Today
between
is
all the
My
tones.
name is Test. My name is Test. It's nice to meet you. Today is April 20th. My name is Test. It's nice to meet you. Today my name is Test. It's nice to meet you. My name is Test. It's nice to meet you.
See, like
Today
some of
is
them,
April 20th. My name is Test. It's nice to meet you.
some of them will
My
do
name
that
is
delivery
Tess.
modulation
It's
for their
nice to
whole
meet you.
sentence. Like
Today
one
is
sentence
April
gets that
23rd, 2026.
direction.
So, how
But
does this
like
voice
2 and
sound?
3 specifically, and I think
My
6
name
as
is
well.
Test. It's not. My name is Test. It's nice to meet you. Today is April 23rd. My name is Test. It's nice to meet you.
See, with
Today
number
is April
6, it's
23rd,
more of a dip.
2026. So, how does this voice sound?
It starts
My
high,
name
it
is
goes
Tess.
low, it ends
It's
high.
nice to meet you.
And same on the other
Today
side.
is April. My name is Test.
Starts low, goes
It's
high,
nice to
comes
meet
down.
you.
Anyway, 3
Today
and
is
6,
April
they kind of
23rd,
have like a
2026.
parabola shape to them.
So, how does this
1,
voice
4, and
sound?
5 are more of just like
My name is Tess.
a straight dip.
It's nice to meet you.
And then the delivery slider will
Today
adjust
is April
that
23rd,
in one way or the other.
2026.
Yeah, think of them as like
My
one
name is
connected
Tess.
slider. Like speed, delivery, and
nice to
tone,
meet
you're probably going to
you.
want to set first,
Today
and
is
then
April
figure out your pitch
23rd,
and depth,
2026.
because these can change
So,
drastically based on the
how does
tone
this voice
that you pick.
sound?
Yeah, I hope this helped you. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me today. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you want to see any other tutorials or if you have any questions, leave a comment. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will catch you in the next video.